I am the clay. I am the clay. Today is Sunday. You are the love of my life. You are the Lord of my life. And you were my peace. You are my increase. You are my increase. You are my song. You are my song. You are my increase, Jesus. You are my increase. You are my song. You are my song. Oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness, today is Sunday. I am so happy and I'm so thankful for all that Jesus is doing. All I gotta say is God is good. Sorry guys, if you're just joining me, let's get on board to IELTS tips and tricks. IELTS tips and tricks in order for you to get a band 7 to a band 9. This is Beatrice Otie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are joining me from YouTube, if you are joining me from Facebook, welcome as well. Please subscribe on my YouTube channel at Beatrice Otie. So what are we talking about today? Today we'll be talking about the IELTS reading exam. IELTS reading exam is one of the like they have 4 prompts you have to meet: the listening, writing, reading, and speaking. You have to get like a band 7 and above, depending on what immigration pathway you're taking. For provincial nominee, the band score is usually 4 or 5. So go on my YouTube channel and subscribe. I teach about provincial nominee, I teach about immigration, I teach about IELTS. There's a lot of plethora of things I teach, but you have to subscribe. Click on the notification bell. So I just got told that Beatrice, talk about IELTS reading. A lot of people struggle with writing. For the writing, I did the basic stuff. I'll be going in detail for the IELTS writing. That's why you should subscribe, because you don't know when I will be doing that. I want to say happy Sunday to you guys. I know I sang in the beginning. God is just so wonderful. God is so lovely. Today was a great day. I woke up, I said that Sinach retweeted my tweets. That made my day, and my wonderful hobby as well. So yeah, we'll be talking about IELTS reading. Was prepared by me. You can follow me on Instagram at immigration_vlog. Now on Instagram, if you want to follow me on Instagram, please subscribe on Facebook, because I will check. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube, I will not follow you on Instagram. I'm sorry, that's the policy, because I'm intentionally using Instagram for my YouTube for my YouTube videos. So most of the things I do on Instagram is still out on my YouTube videos. So if you're not going to follow me on YouTube, then please don't follow me on Instagram. Just stay where you are. If you're on Facebook, follow me on my status, just be there. If you are gonna, because I know everybody cannot be my audience. I'm doing this for people who are looking to come to Canada. I'm doing this for people who are looking to immigrate in the future: students, worker, nurse, any one of them, any visitor that is trying to come to Canada is streamlined to them. So if you know this is for you, I know everybody can't be my audience, but if you know this is for you, kindly go on Instagram at immigration_vlog. I also have a Facebook group. I believe this is streaming right now, my Facebook group as well, at immigration vlog. But if you know this is not for you, that's okay. Just move on, okay? So IELTS reading. I know IELTS reading is one of the challenging prompts. So I, from my own experience, I always tell people. So if you don't know Beatrice Otie, please, if you are on my page, I don't know who is here. If you're on my page, because I'm streaming on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and on YouTube. So if you're on my page listening, scroll down, you will see my link. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're on my Facebook group, please subscribe. I did a video on IELTS writing, so I will be doing listening and speaking. But if your challenge is IELTS reading, then welcome. If your challenge is IELTS speaking, go on my YouTube. There's a video I did on IELTS writing. If writing is the issue, go on YouTube and listen to that video. Let me know your question in the comment section so I can give more tips, or so that I can know what kind of video I'll be making going forward. Like, I've been getting reviews in regards to resume writing. So I'll be doing more stuff there because I'm doing this. I'm trying to help out. If nobody's responding, then I will start figuring what to do. But if people are telling me, oh, I want you to do this, this, and this, then I will put that together and put that up on my YouTube, right? So the reason I'm doing IELTS reading is because someone mentioned it to me that reading is what a lot of people are struggling on, and I took the IELTS. I also took self-pacing. In this video, watch till the end. Please, you want to stay till the end. I will show you in this video the difference between IELTS reading and IELTS writing. And right now, IELTS actually has IELTS paper-based and computer-based. So stay here. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in, for taking out your precious time. You know, when you give someone your money, you can make it back. When you give someone your time, you can't get it back. And yeah, time is invaluable. So let's get on board with what we are doing today. So I want to break down the different type of IELTS. A lot of people just think that, oh, there is just one type of IELTS. You know, there are two types of IELTS, and I will tell you what they are. So the first one is the IELTS academic. Now, if you're planning to go to school, if you're planning to school in tier 1 countries like Canada, Australia, UK, the United States, or whatever, you have to do the IELTS academic. And for some reason, I took the IELTS academic prior to studying in Canada because I studied in Canada. And I took the IELTS academic. I did so well. I don't know, probably because I was young and I did not have any stress going on. I think I did so well, and that boosted my admission to Canada. So if you are a student and you're planning to school in tier 1 countries, which are those countries I mentioned, Canada, UK, Australia, United States, and so on and so forth, then this video is not really for you, because this video is only for general training, people who are immigrating to Canada. And that's why I tell people I'm not all over the place. I'm just focused on those people who are trying to come, because I don't want them to make the same mistakes I made. I want them to reduce, you know, there are certain things that if you know, it will save you time. There are certain things that if you know, it will also save you money. I am tailored towards the time. I want people to save time, because you can get more money, but you can't get more time, right? So if you go on my YouTube, you see I've talked about resume writing, I've talked about Saskatchewan immigration nominee. One is dropping this Monday, which is tomorrow. That's streamlined to just Ontario provincial nominee. After Ontario, we'll go to Manitoba, and I will finish what I started in Saskatchewan. I'm supposed to have dropped that video, but at the time I did that video, I did not have a mic. So right now I have a mic, so I need to redo it again. That's okay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. This is actually helping me a lot. So this is me giving back to the world for how God helped me to get my own papers and stuff. So I'm giving back to the world as well. It is free to subscribe on YouTube. So let's get on board. So we talked about the IELTS academic. If you want to learn about IELTS reading, you can listen, but this video is streamlined to IELTS general training. Okay, but I just wanted to mention there are two types of IELTS. There's the academic for people who are planning to go to school. Now there's the IELTS general training, and this is strictly for immigration purpose. So if you are looking to get a visa, you're looking to get a work permit, you're looking to work in the health sector or medical sector, they usually require you to write IELTS general. If you're looking to immigrate or do provincial nominee, you are looking to get the IELTS general. So this is strictly for immigration, and I will be talking on only specifically on the general training, because that is the exam that is needed for the IELTS exam. So if you don't know what exam you need to do, don't take the wrong exam. First of all, go seek professional help. If you are a student, because I know there are some students who take general, I don't know why they make them do that, but seek professional counsel and ask them, are we taking the general training or the academic? If it's academic, then this video is not for you. You could listen, the tips would help you. The tips would help you because it's the same tips. However, there are certain prompts in academic. I took the academic and I took the general, but I took the academic like 10 years ago, so I can't really remember, although my brain was sharper then and I killed it. The general, I did well, but I took it a couple of times because of life happenings and life unforeseen circumstances. But this video is strictly for the IELTS general training. Are we ready? Have you subscribed? Let's go. So, what must you do before the IELTS reading exam? What must you do before? Remember, we'll take the reading, the listening, the speaking, and writing the same day. We're only talking about the reading, and I will probably, going forward, I'll probably do one that will have all of them. That will be heavy. That would also be a live video. So, what must you do before the IELTS reading, right? You must read daily. You must read daily. Every single day. Time yourself. Schedule it. Make it a priority. Make it one of your priority, because you want to do well in this exam so that you can finally immigrate to Canada if that is your dream. You must read daily. Now, don't structure yourself to just 1 hour every day. If life gets so busy, let's say you have children, you have a spouse like I do, you can say, okay, 15 minutes in the afternoon I would read this, or 10 minutes in the morning I will read this. And you don't have to just structure yourself to reading out materials. You can read the diverse materials. There are lots of things you could read. Now, you could make it 15 minutes, you could make it 30 minutes, you could make it 1 hour, but make sure you are reading daily. Now, what do I suggest you read? You can read magazines, you can read newspapers, you can read resumes, you can read flyers, you could read blog posts, you could read journals, you could read article. I use Science Daily a lot, so you could use that. And there is so much more, a plethora of resources online that you could read, not just online, even your regular newspaper that they bring to your post office. You could read that. You could read resume, because these things come out in the exam, in the IELTS general. I got a Cambridge exam, and I always recommend taking Cambridge when you are studying, when you are practicing. Please use the Cambridge test. Don't use, like, you could use Bayron, but Cambridge is IELTS standard. So I will recommend Cambridge. So don't structure yourself to just reading like a specific journal per day. Blog posts would help, flyers would help, resumes would help. And I will go deep in this. I'll go deep in this video, telling you tips that you could use that will make you hit band 7 to band 9. Now, there are 2 sets of skills that is required for the IELTS reading. There's skimming and there's scanning. These are 2 separate skills. Like, when I started this IELTS exam, I did not know that these things are actually skills. When I practice, these things are actually skills. It takes a lot of practice. But once you get it, you get it. But there are 2 different types of skills. Now, so these are the things you want to do before the IELTS. So you want to read daily, you want to, read every day, put yourself in form of like a time chunk, like 15 minutes per day, read diverse materials, skim and scan. You want to practice that. You want to learn how to underline keywords, how to spot keywords. So if, for instance, I give you, I don't have any paper, like let's say I give you I give you a magazine. Can you tell what is the main thing in that magazine? Although you are not reading. IELTS is not to read to understand. IELTS is to read to answer the question, to get the correct answer. However, you want to be able to spot keywords right away. When you see a paper, you want to be able to spot keywords. If the keyword is a country, if the keyword is someone's name, if the keyword is a state, if the keyword, you want to be able to spot that. You have to practice that. Now, what helped me, I said this on, if you listen to my previous video when I talked about IELTS writing, was vocabulary. You need to learn 10 vocabulary daily, every single day, and don't structure yourself. Now, if you can't do 10, you can do 5. And they have a lot of apps. There's one app you could use to actually put words together. It's called Word Scrabble. That could help if you don't, but that one actually tells you how many words to be in a sentence. I don't recommend that. If you could get the dictionary, there's also a dictionary online that actually you can download on your phone. I don't know if it's Collins Dictionary, but it pronounces the word, it spells the word, and it's like brings it up and makes it look all beautiful and enjoyable. But however, practice 10 vocabulary because you want to know how different words are used, and you want to know what parts of speech is being used. This is an adjective. These adjectives a lot, by the way. So you need to learn 10 vocabulary where they can be used in a sentence. Practice the different parts of speech. Listen to my previous video. I talked about the parts of speech there. Listen to my previous video on IELTS writing. It's on my YouTube channel. It's also here on my Facebook page, and it's also my Facebook group. So yeah, learn 10 vocabularies there. If you learn 10 vocabulary, so if you're looking to immigrate to Canada, you're a student, this is also for you. Please listen. Because if you learn 10 vocabulary today, just even as a regular person, learn 10 vocabulary today in 365, that's like 3,600 something words that you built to yourself. So, not only will it help you out, it will help you in your general, English. We live in an English speaking society, by the way. To help you in how to relate with people, to help you on what certain vocabularies and what certain words you want to talk, right? So learn 10 vocabularies daily, know how they are placed and where they are placed in a sentence, okay? Going forward, these are the IELTS reading tips that I use that has helped me, and it will definitely help you as well. Like I said, this is strictly for the general training. If you are taking the academic, please seek professional help to know which exam you should take. Don't just rush and book it. Seek professional help. Are we taking the general training? Are we taking the academic? And then know where you are before you book your exam, okay? So these are the tips that have helped me. You need to skim the passage for 1 minute. People say read the question before you go to the passage, but if you read the question, you don't know what it is. And IELTS is 60 minutes, you don't have time. So I feel like you skim, and you skim really quick. 1 minute, I would recommend you skim it 1 minute. Skimming is not, that's why I told you prior that you need to learn how to spot keywords. You just run your eyes through the page for like 1 minute. Trust me, you will pick something when you do that, and you have to practice. You have to practice. I got a band 8 in reading, I believe. Watch my previous video. Everything is up there. I wrote this exam last year or last 2 years. So on my last video, go watch that, okay? You see my results. I put it up there, so I'm not lying, just as a social proof as well. So skim the passage for 1 minute, then read the question. Now, when you skim the passage for 1 minute, focus on the question. Answer 1 minute for the question, because the IELTS is not a comprehensive exam. IELTS, they want you to just give them the right answer. Keep going. I would tell you guys, and I would drop a lot of tips in this video. So when you read the question, the subconscious mind knows how to pick things. I know, like right now, I'm working on a lot of personal development stuff, and I've learned a lot about it. You store a lot of things in your subconscious mind and in your conscious mind. And it takes a lot of practice, because when you skim, some things are in your subconscious mind. Then when you read a question, your subconscious mind bring some keywords. That's why you need to learn how to spot keywords. And skimming can actually help you answer some questions before you scan. Let's keep going. Now, when you find, so we'll get to scanning, but when you find a question as a result of skimming, then you scan, right? Then you scan. Now, when you see the question, when you see the answer in the passage, what you have to do, right? Answer and move on. If you don't know the answer, move to the next. Okay, this is, I just said answer and move on. If you don't, okay, these are just the tips. Okay, we'll get into detail. Let me follow the slide. Let me follow the slide. There was a tip I was gonna mention, but let's keep going. Have a technique. If you are taking the paper based on the line, if you are going to take the computer highlights. So IELTS general training actually have 2 types. There's the paper-based IELTS and there's the computer-based IELTS. In developed cities like Toronto, Lagos, they have the computer-based. I don't know if they still have the paper-based, although I took the paper-based. Also, before you take paper-based and computer-based, there are certain questions you need to ask yourself. Are you good with computer? Like, typing things out, if it helps you, then yeah. But if it doesn't, I would suggest taking the paper based. And the reason I like paper based, you can always go back, you can always flip through the page. I'm a very kinesthetic person. I like, seeing things, feeling things, and so if you are not that type of person, then the computer is for you. Now you have 60 minutes. You must do each question 1 minute. The first passage is 20 minutes. The second passage, I believe, is 20, and the third is 20. What I usually suggest is do the last part first. I did not write it here, but do the last part first, because that's harder, and then go to the first. The first is usually easier. Now, if you don't know an answer, leave it, move on, because you don't have time. Leave it and move on. And okay, I don't want to, I'm trying not to rush. There are certain things I want to say, but it's actually on the other slide. There are 4 parts with different types of question, okay? There are 4 parts. Now, sometimes they use comma, apostrophe, or quotation to show you where the answers are. So pay attention to those. Now, I don't know if you've taken the IELTS, kind of feeling thirsty here. I don't have water around me. I don't know if you've taken the IELTS before, but if you've taken the IELTS, you actually see they put some things in apostrophe, like they put some things in caption there, in quotation. When you see that, though, sometimes the answer is in that quotation. Read the beginning and the end of what you see around that quotation. Sometimes the answers are hidden there, and then sometimes they use comma. Your comma, pay attention to where you see a lot of comma, pay attention to those. There are some answers that are hidden there, as well as your apostrophe. We're still on the IELTS tips. Now, these are my strategy. Now, okay, this is the part, that's why I said, okay, let me not rush, because I think in this specific slide, I tell you what I did. And the first time when I took IELTS, I got a band 5. The second time I took IELTS, I got a band 6 in reading. The third time I got a band 8. The third time, the reason why I got a band 8 the third time was because I was able to figure out certain certain strategies and certain things that IELTS is looking for. Now remember, IELTS is not a comprehensive exam. They just want to find out if you know how to answer questions and if you understand certain things in English, like your vocabulary, your grammar, your tenses, your parts of speech, your plurals, your singulars, your quotation. They test everything, but what they're actually looking for is you providing them the answer. So you don't have to read to understand everything. If skimming alone can help you answer the questions, then do that alone. However, I would suggest scanning as well, because IELTS, the trick, there's a lot of tricks. So after skimming, look for specific question. Okay, look for, like, after skimming the passage and then you look at the question, scanning comes in place. Okay, scan the text and then you find your answer. Now when you scan the text, this was what I was going to say on the previous slide, pardon me. When you scan the text, and I did an example on this slide, when you scan the text, read before the text and after the text, where there is a period, where there's a full stop, or like we call it period here. I'm in North America, I'm sorry guys. We call it period, you can say full stop. Read the beginning of the text and read the end of the text so that you will pick the correct answer. If you read the entire passage and the answer is within that sentence where it has a full stop, you might end up picking the wrong answer. So when you skim and then you scan, remember we're doing this for 1 minute too. You have to practice. These things come with practice. When you scan and you find the answer, read before that text, before the sentence, before and where there is a period and after, because you don't want to make mistake, right? You want to read the entire sentence and you don't want to make mistake. And then when you pick the answer, you write it in your answer booklet. Please, please, please. This is a very big tip, because people write it in their question booklet and then at the end they wait. That 10 minutes waiting is only for the listening. It's not for the reading. The reading, once it's sitting, they grab your paper. They don't care. If you leave your answer in the question booklet, unfortunately, you will get a 0 in the reading. So make sure you are transferring your answer to the answer booklet, okay? So make sure you read before and after that. So if it's 1 sentence or 2 sentences, if the answer is there, read before and after that full stop to get the answer, okay? This is a huge tip. Nobody will tell you this. I'm telling you for free. Pay attention to contradictions. This is for true, false, not given, by the way. Pay attention to some, all, only, often, sometimes, usually. They use this in true, false, not given. And I'll show you guys a question from the Cambridge exam. They use this a lot. Now, the passage might say all, and the question might say some. That is what? That is false. That is false. Now, false is the opposite of the meaning. False does not mean a no. No. False is the opposite. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're doing well. Now, if you find the answer, write it on your answer sheet. You will not have extra time to transfer answers from your question paper in the IELTS reading exam. I think I said this earlier. Oh my goodness. My throat is dry. Bear with me. So write it directly into your answer sheet. You don't want to write it in your question paper and leave it and then give them your hand over your question paper. If there's nothing on your answer booklet, you get a 0. So the moment you find the answer, put it on your answer sheet right away. Okay, sorry for the drama. So remember to always transfer directly to your answer sheet. It's 60 minutes and 60 minutes goes fast. The reason I'm reiterating this is because this happened to me. Because the listening they give you 10 minutes after the exam to transfer your answers. They don't do that in reading. The third part of the reading is dense. It's packed with a lot of passage. And the passage is a lot. So you need to make sure any answer you find, put it in your answer sheet right away. Any answer you put it in your answer. Oh, you can underline on the question booklet, but the moment you find the answer, put it on your answer sheet, okay? Because that's what the examiner, and they put it in a machine to mark it. Now, know your weakness. If you are not answering a question because you don't understand the vocabulary, then you have to work on your English. If you are not answering a question because of time, then you have to work on your speed. So know your weakness, know the difference. When I wrote the IELTS the first time and I got it back 5, it was my speed that was the issue. When I wrote it the second time and I got it back 6, was my vocabulary that was the issue. When I read it the third time I got the band 8, I mastered my English, and I also mastered my speed. So know your weakness. Are you not understanding? Although it's not an understanding exam though, but you still need to know vocabulary. When someone uses reiterate and someone uses oblivious, do you know what these words mean? Do you know the opposite meaning of a word? The opposite of good is bad. That one is easy. The opposite of trivial is mandatory. So you need to know your synonyms, your antonyms, your collocation. Know your weakness, and that's why you have to practice. Before the IELTS exam, you should have done at least, if close to 100 reading. It's your exam. If you're looking to come to Canada, you're looking to come to UK or America, Australia, I don't know what your dream is, I don't know what your plans is. You have to practice. There are some people who, IELTS has given them the dream to become a doctor working in a different country. I believe you have to become a doctor, you have to write IELTS if you want to immigrate to US or UK. Yeah, I know someone who took the IELTS a couple of times and is a doctor in the UK. So practice is your dream. Now, if you are failing due to insufficient time, work on your speed. This is about your weakness, about knowing your weakness. So if you're not finishing before the 60 minutes time lap, then you have to work on your speed. If you're not finishing as a result of not understanding or not able to figure out the question, then it's your vocabulary and your grammar. So if it's inability to understand the work, and it's due to your vocabulary and your grammar. So you need to work on your grammar. You need to know what clauses are. You need to know the types of clauses. You need to know what sentences are. You need to know how to use your apostrophe, your comma, your full stop, your punctuation. Excuse me. You need to know how to use your parts of speech. Adjective, adverb, noun. We review these things, and work on your grammar technically. So, what are the IELTS reading questions that usually come to, that they usually give you on the IELTS general training exam? And you must know the question, and you have to practice. I suggest using Cambridge books to study. You can use Byron. I use Byron on my first exam, but my third exam, I use a lot of Cambridge IELTS reading. Now, they will never bring two exams the same for IELTS reading, although they do it for writing and speaking, but never on IELTS reading and listening. Those ones, they always change them, but the format is the same. So use the Cambridge IELTS. There's always a true, false, not given question. So you should know how to answer a true, false, not given question. There's a yes, no, not given. And these are two, okay, people, I'll try not to be dramatic here. Yes, no, not given is different from true, false, not given. Hey, God. And IELTS use this to trick people. I don't know why they do this. Now, a question can ask you for yes, no, not given. If you write true, false, not given, you get it because it's not given though. But if you write yes or no, you fail that exam. So read the prompts. If the question is asking for yes, no, not given, and yes, no, not given is for the writer's opinion though. Yes, no, not given is the writer's opinion, but true, false, not given is the question type and the passage. Like does what the passage states matches the question? For false, does what the passage states, is it the opposite of the question? Is what is written in the question in the passage for not given? So these are two separate. You need to practice this, man. It's two different skills. Yes, no, not given is not the same as true, false, not given. And I know I made this mistake on my first exam, but I caught it on my third exam. So it's practice. This is practice. And always make sure you are writing the YES as yes, not T. If they ask you for YES and you write TROUE, although it's correct, they will fail it. Follow the prompts. Read the passage. It says, make sure you write the right one on the answer sheet. The question, I'm not supposed to say question, it's supposed to be answer sheet. Remember, transfer directly to your answer sheet, not on your question sheet, because they don't mark it. They don't even look at the question. They just grab your answer sheet and put it in one machine to mark it for you. So make sure you're putting it on your answer sheet, not on your question sheet. Pardon me. So if the question says true and you write yes, you lose mark. Pay attention to the prompts. Pay attention to the prompts. We have the matching heading to paragraph question types. We have the multiple choice question types. Sorry, people, let me take water. I'm really thirsty. I'm sorry for that break in transmission. I was thirsty. I guess my mic is still up. We have the multiple choice question type. We have the fill in the blank. We have the summary completion. Okay. So going back, these are majority of their question evolves around this, especially matching heading to paragraph question, fill in the blank. Multiple choice comes sometimes, it doesn't come sometimes, but these are the basic question types you get. True, false, not given, yes, no, not given, matching heading to paragraph, multiple choice and question, fill in the blank, and summary tip. If you follow the tips I mentioned earlier, these ones, you are on your way to a band 8. This whole thing on this slide, pay attention, go back and re-listen to this entire online video. If you follow this slide, if you want to screenshot this, it's free. Screenshot it. You're on your way to band 8. I'm telling you this for free. Okay. Now, what is the IELTS exam looking for? You remember I said earlier, I think I mentioned earlier that IELTS is not looking for you to understand the passage. Although you need to know the word, you need to understand the vocabulary, but they're looking for you to answer the right question. Give them what they want. That's what they're looking for. Let's go. IELTS is going to test your grammar. Do you know how to use punctuation? Do you know your parts of speech? They're going to test your grammar. Keywords. Keywords is huge. Oh my God. Keywords is, I feel like I should say it 100 times. IELTS is keywords. IELTS is equals to KEYWORDS. It's keywords. Can you spot keywords easily? Your speed. They want to see if you're able to read things quickly like a native speaker and give an answer ASAP like a native speaker. They're going to test your speed. Your attention span. Can you spot hidden words? Can you spot hidden words? So let's say in the question they say mandatory, but in the passage it says obligate. Can you spot that? It's still keywords, but it's hidden in a different format. They are using synonyms. Are you able to? Yeah, exactly. You have to know your synonyms. I already said that. So can you pay attention to a passage? Can you read a passage? And you have to practice. Trust me, anybody can get a band 9. If I can get a band 9, you can get it. Excuse me. If Beatrice can get a band, I'm not in it. I'm from Delta State. Although I schooled in Canada for a while, but we speak Urobo and we speak Pidgin. So if I can do it, you can. It's just technique. It's technique. So you need to know your synonym. You need to know a lot of adjectives. Please. You need to know your vocabulary. That is going to test that. You need to know your collocation. English in general. You need to know that. But I know the big thing for that is keyword, your attention span, your ability to understand, like to spot a keyword in less than 20 seconds. If you want to underline with your pen. If you see my question booklet, hey, I kept on underlining. But remember, write it directly to your answer sheet too. But I kept on underlining. So these are the, oops, what did I press? These are the things IELTS is looking for. Once you hit it, though, you hit it. Now, IELTS versus CELPIP. Now, some people rather take CELPIP because the speaking exam is together. You write the reading, listening, speaking, all of them together. But IELTS, you do the listening, reading, and writing, and they give you a break and you do speaking. That's why I actually prepare IELTS. But CELPIP is all together. But I took the IELTS and I took CELPIP, and I'm gonna tell you guys. It's up to you to choose, but for me, personal preference, I prefer IELTS because I am kinesthetic. I like feeling things. I like turning the papers. Like I love that a lot. IELTS costs $318. CELPIP costs $280. It's cheaper though. IELTS has paper-based and computer-based. CELPIP only has computer-based. Now in the IELTS, you can go back to the first page in the reading, as well as in the listening. However, the listening, you can, if you go back to the first page in the listening, the playback, right? The person is already speaking, so you have to go by the speaker. You have to go by the audio because they play an audio for you in the class, so you have to go by that. So if you want to go back, except you write it out, You understand? But for reading, you can always flip back. CELPIP, no. CELPIP is timed. After you finish part 1, part 2, and you can't go back because it's in a computer, so the computer is taking you forward. I don't like that. I don't like that. I've not taken the IELTS computer based. I don't know if that's how the computer based is. However, for the paper based IELTS, you can go back. You can flip to the first page. That's why I told you start your third part first because that's harder, and then go to your part 1. Right? For the IELTS paper reading general training IELTS. Okay? For the IELTS general training paper based reading. That's a lot of words. Yeah. But for CELPIP, no, you can't go back. Now, but for IELTS, you can go back to part 1, and I like it. IELTS test your vocabulary, but CELPIP, I think, excuse me, there's a lot of things they're testing on CELPIP. I don't know if they're testing. I took it because someone said it was easier, but it's not actually easier. I did not like CELPIP. I did not like CELPIP. CELPIP, I feel like it's too rigid. It's just too rigid. Like, this is my personal opinion. If CELPIP is, if you're a computer person and CELPIP is for you, by all means. But for me, no, CELPIP did not work out for me. There's a lot of summary-based questions. There's a lot of vocabulary and knowledge, specific question, and specific information. And sometimes the answer is a summary of what is in the passage, but it's just all over the place for me. Like, I can't figure it out. Like, I don't know. CELPIP is not for me. But IELTS is for me, and I took CELPIP once, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. It's IELTS. Now IELTS, they have specific fill in the blank. CELPIP has fill in the blank, but it has, like, you have to select it in, like, you see my mouse, you have to select it with a computer in the exam, and it's time. It just keeps going. And if you don't get it, first of all, you're retaining. That's one skill. And they are timing you. That's another skill. You have to use your mouse. That's another skill. It's too much. It's too much. And they give you a specific time as well. No, I rather IELTS. Let me just work on my retention, my speed, and my vocabulary, then have to struggle with other things. And there was a time I was taking the CELPIP, my computer froze, and time was going. Time was going. So I just stick to the paper IELTS because that works for me. Now it's up to you. I prefer IELTS, but it's up to you. IELTS is also all over the world. It's up to 140 countries. CELPIP is only in 6 countries. CELPIP is a Canadian exam. So if you are trying to get your immigration paper and you're in Canada, I feel like it's more for people who they understand the Canadian language and, you know, they love computer. They are very tech savvy. For me personally, it's not for me. So that's CELPIP versus IELTS. If you want to choose, it's up to you. Personally, I rather IELTS. Now, we're almost done. Thank you so much for listening. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like, share this video with as many people as possible. We're coming to the close. I believe this is the second to the last slide, and we'll be done for today. Now, excuse me. IELTS question. So this was from a Cambridge paper. I believe this one is easy though, but was this from Cambridge or CELPIP? I believe I pulled this from either Cambridge or CELPIP or Bayron exam. Now, this is what the passage says. And this is a true, false, not given. So I'm just practicing with you guys. However, later on, you can actually go when you're alone and practice it. This is for people who are planning to immigrate to Canada, who are planning to take the IELTS reading exam. The passage will say on this one, all male teens in Canada loves wearing ripped jeans compared to women. Okay, now you have to choose. Read the prompts. This is not a yes, no, not given. This is a true, false, not given. And from our tips, I told you, make sure you write on your question paper true, false, not given. If you write yes, no, not given, you get a 0. Okay, you get no marks for it. So make sure you are writing it as you see it. Can you use T? Please do not put T. Write TRUE. It doesn't cost you. It takes less than 2 seconds. TRUE. Less than 2 seconds. Write it as you see it. Don't put T, don't put F, don't put NG. Write it as you see it, okay? True, false, not given. Now, this is what the question asks. Why females in Toronto wears jeans, some adolescent males living in Toronto wears blue jeans. Yo! IELTS. They kind of look the same, right? You quickly say this is a true. There's Canada, there's Toronto, there's jeans, there is male, there's female, there's women. Let's read it well, people. All male teens. All male teens. But if you look at the question, it says some adolescent males. So we can already see opposite meaning. All versus some. Loves wearing ripped jeans compared to women. While it's comparing anyways. Females in Toronto, Canada. Toronto is a city. It's in Canada though. Wears jeans. Some, all living in Toronto, Canada, wears blue jeans. This is false. Is this true, false, not given? The answer is false. Now, both both questions kind of, you need to practice. I'm telling you, people, you need. IELTS is a tricky exam. Some people will quickly write through and move on. No. Because you see males, you see Toronto, you see, no rush. It's a false. And why? Let's compare keywords. I told you IELTS is a keyword. Ripped jeans. It's describing that jeans is ripped, but the question is saying the drips is a blue jeans. There was no rip in the question. Male adolescents is also male teenagers, male teens. So that's a synonym. Toronto is in Canada, but it's a city. It's in Canada. If the question had said individuals residing in North America, that's different. But they said city, so no, Toronto is in Canada. But Canada is a country, so it's a country versus a city. So pay attention to that. Make sure you check these. Remember, you have to practice speed, so it's false. Let's go back. It's false. And also some versus all. Once you see, now false is not no. False is the opposite in meaning. If you have to learn your antonym and synonym. If the question is saying all and the person is saying some or no, that's you need to practice opposite. If the question is saying good and the person is saying bad, that's the opposite. So you need to know what that is. It's a false. I know a lot of people will say it's true. Pay attention to keywords, okay? Now we've come to the end of this. Thank you so much for listening to me. Kindly subscribe to my channel. You can see that I'm taking out of my time to give back to you as a result of what I've learned. You can follow me on Instagram _vlog. Remember, I told you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel and then follow me on IG, okay? Otherwise, you'll be removed. Now, this is the link for my Instagram. So instagram.com/immigration_vlog. You can find me on YouTube, Beatrice Otie. Please subscribe, like, share, click on the thumbs up. I'm also on Facebook. And you can find this on my, so if you go to my YouTube channel, under the About section, you'll see my information there. Or if you're using a laptop, on the banner, you'll see my information there on where to find me. Facebook group, that's the link. Thank you so much for taking time out. I'm sure you had a wonderful Sunday. Stay blessed. And if you're taking the exam, good luck. I believe in you and I'm vouching for you because I know you will hit it. You will do so well. Thanks for watching. And tomorrow we'll be premiering a video tomorrow. However, the video will be premiering tomorrow will be on let me take this away. Yeah, so the video will be premiering tomorrow will be on I believe it's on Ontario Provincial Nominee. Yeah, it's going to be on Ontario Provincial Nominee. Don't go anywhere. Like, share, subscribe, click on the thumbs up. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's 43 minutes. Hey, thank you so much. Subscribe or like, share, click on the thumbs up. This is Beatrice again, Otie, and I will bring you more content regards to Canada immigration. It's a battle you must win. Okay, see you tomorrow. Have a great Sunday.